Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I have to film this video super quickly because I have to go out and I won't be able to film when I come back. But I wanted to do my favorites for 2020, my beauty favorites for 2020. So let's just jump right in. For skin prep, I love my Laura Mercier Mattifying Oil-Free Moisturizer and then my Laura Mercier Illuminating Eye Cream. I would highly recommend them. The Illuminating Eye Cream, it's beautiful and it has a hint of pink, a soft pink, but it makes your under eyes so smooth and soft. So this has replaced my Bobbi Brown Extra Repair Eye Cream because it's more affordable than that one, but it's also more lightweight than that one. So I would highly recommend that, even though the other one is still a favorite. And this mattifying oil-free moisturizer is just wonderful. I struggled to use another one because I wanted to use only this one this year, but I had to finish the other one before this one. This is so great for oily skin. It's lightweight, and again, even if it does says mattifying, it's not gonna hold your oils completely or make you dry, but it will hydrate enough for you to wear a beautiful foundation throughout the day. The standout primer for the year is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This is the blurring version. I have the entire range, and I would recommend also the illuminating and the hydrating one, but for sure the blurring one is my all-time favorite, and this has been replacing the rest of my primers that I would use that were silicone based, because this is silicone free, but it gives you the same blurring result. One thing that I have to mention is that I haven't been using, since I purchased this product that I'm going to show you, any primers, because I've been so obsessed with the Supergoop and Scene sunscreen that I just can't put it down. This is just a favorite, a lifetime favorite. I don't see myself ever not purchasing this. That's how strongly I fell in love with it. I wasn't gonna mention any of the products that I purchased on my recent haul because I haven't been using them for so long, but this one I had to, because since I opened it, I haven't put it down, not even a day. And I'm a person that I'm not that disciplined when it comes to SPF, but this is such a staple now in my routine that if I don't have it in the same place where I put it, I'll be looking for it. If you like silicone based primers, this is the way to go, because you will use it every day as your primer. You will not even have to use primer, and on top of that, you're just protecting your skin. So this is a favorite of the year for sure. I fell in love with it the first day that I used it, and I knew that it was gonna be forever. For base products, I have a few here to mention. This is the Stay Naked Foundation by Urban Decay. This one doesn't look used because I've only used it until here. This was received on PR. This is the second bottle, and I asked them if they could send it again in another shade because I finished the first bottle completely. This took me by surprise. It's an everyday foundation in my opinion. It's not a foundation that I would wear for events, but I would wear it for every day, and we've been having an everyday kind of year. I'm just prioritizing other foundations that I need to finish before they go bad, but this is lightweight, light to medium coverage, and it's easy to blend. It has a phenomenal shade range, and it's just, like I said, everyday foundation, and it doesn't hold my oils, but it doesn't make me oily either. It has a natural finish. Then another one that I had to choose, I was in between the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer and this one, but the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer doesn't hold my oils as well as this one. This doesn't hold my oils, but this one will last longer on my skin. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Strip Nude Skin Tint, and I love these. These and the Laura Mercier one are like pantyhose for your face when you want to wear a light foundation. I adore these. I received these on PR from Look Fantastic, and I fell in love with it the first time I applied it. The reason why these products look so new, even though I adore them, is because I've been just working on products to finish for my project pans, but this one, I can't wait to put it in a project pan next year just to use it as an everyday product. I'm obsessed with it. And then last but not least, my aunt gave me as a gift, or my mom, I don't remember. I think it was my mom. This is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. Back in the day, this would be one of my favorite drugstore foundations, and I realized that it still is. It's so beautiful on the skin, so lightweight, so full coverage. I've gone through, I think, about 6 bottles of this foundation. This year I was using even 2 shades as bronzers, and I finished them completely. But I haven't used it as a foundation in the longest time, and I used it, and I'm obsessed with it. And then a client gave me W3.5, so I have two that will go in between my tan and whatnot. But I would highly recommend, if you're looking for an affordable foundation, everyday foundation, full coverage foundation, event foundation, great for pictures, the L'Oreal True Match is your girl. She's beautiful. For concealer, most of the year I use concealers that I wasn't in love with, and I wouldn't consider them my favorite. But now at the end of the year, I bought a few concealers, but this one is the one that I've tried the most so that I can give you an opinion on it. It's so full coverage, it's easy to blend, and it will cover anything and everything that you need. And even though it doesn't have a doe foot applicator, I don't miss it when I'm using it. I think it was a good choice for me to purchase this concealer because it truly makes a difference in my under eye, and the shade is perfect for me. This is Nougat. And this is the Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. Then another one that I have to mention, and it's an honorable mention because like I said, I was finishing so many concealers, and you will see that, or you probably saw that yesterday on my empties. But I wasn't in love with all of them. But this one is super nice. This I can use to cover anything and everything that I want to cover. This pot is gonna last me forever. I've been in between shade SX02 and SX04. This is highly pigmented. You need the tiniest amount, will cover everything and anything. And I've rediscovered in the way that I love, again, blending it with my other concealers if I need a little bit more coverage, because I was at one point just, I don't know, I lost my way and I was putting it wrong into my skin, and then I would take it off as I was putting it on. So this takes a learning curve, but it's so beautiful. Would highly recommend it, and the shade range is wonderful. If you're looking for an olive tone that's light or fair, the SX03 is the way to go. One foundation product that I don't know how it didn't die. This is basically right here, right now. This is the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment. This saved my life, and I'm gonna repurchase it to finish the rest of the foundations that I have. Most of the foundations that I own, except for the new ones that I've gotten on PR and that I've gotten on Yes Style and whatnot, those match me. But most of the foundations that I own that I need to finish this year, this upcoming year, are darker. Too dark for me. This saved my life this year. The reason why I stole it from my makeup artistry kit was because I wanted to finally finish a few of my foundations, and I did, and if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have. So I use this almost every single day to lighten the foundations that do not match me. So I would highly recommend it, and it's super affordable. Everything I mentioned in this video will be linked below. For powder, I have my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I would highly recommend that even if you have a makeup artistry kit. This year they came up with honey, and the shade honey is beautiful for medium and olive skin tones, and it's just stunning. But I love the regular translucent. I wear it almost every single day unless I have a Project Pan powder. But as soon as I finish all of my Project Pan powders, I will go back to this one every day, and this will be a staple. And then maybe I will add other favorites, but these, I always come back to this. This was my first high-end translucent powder, and it will be for the rest of time. It's just beautiful, beautiful, and it's mattifying, and it makes my makeup last all day. This is a surprise for me. I was trying to use other powders in different ways, and I've been just complaining about having a lot of darkness right here. So I've been using this Studio Fix foundation. This is an oldie, and I've had it in my collection for years. This is in the shade NW18, and I saw, I think it was Home Van Gogh or Patrick Ta, I don't remember which of those makeup artists is using this, but they use it after setting their face, their concealer and everything with a translucent powder, just to add a little bit more coverage and just to make this look doll-like. So I don't use it every single day, but I've been using it more and more, and I know I will finish this using it that way, because this way that I've discovered now, it blew my mind. I'm obsessed with it. For bronzer, the bronzer of the year for sure was the Laura Mercier powder. You can see how flat this is. I used it, I think, almost every single day for a long while. This is a newer bronzer in my collection, so that's why I thought to mention it. I still love my staples. Hoola, I love Too Faced Chocolate, but this is a newfound love, and I love the fact that it melts into your skin, basically. For blush, I chose 3 blushes. And the first one is Chai by Laura Mercier. This could be the replacement of Madly, since I can't find Madly on my Sephora website, and I know it's sold out at the NARS website because since I've been running low on that one, I've been checking out to see if I can repurchase it because it's my favorite blush of all time. But this has been sort of a replacement for it. I've been so in love with it. This is a newer one into my collection of 10-year-old blushes. So it's one that I would recommend. It's nude, the Laura Mercier formula. If you like any tone, you can grab it and just go crazy with it, and they will be pigmented, but they will not look patchy or they will not look streaky on your cheeks, and they will be super easy to blend if you're a beginner. Then this one, this was a surprise for me. This was a gift from a subscriber, and she gave me a few blushes, and this is the Tarte Harmony blush. These, I think it came in a limited edition packet of minis, but I'm so obsessed with it. I want them to come up with this one full size. It was so easy for me to use these on my blush project, and it's similar. It's similar in a way to Chai, but Chai, I think it's a little bit warmer. So they don't swatch beautiful. This is Chai and this is Harmony from Tarte. But Tarte has a line of nudes that you can go to, and they also have Party, which is another one of my favorites, but Harmony would be a favorite from the ones that I got as a gift. I just love that one. And then I had to mention this because I was so obsessed with it when I got it, and then I was focusing on different things and then on my blush project. But Orgasm X, oh my goodness, this formula, this is so buttery, so beautiful. It will make you look alive. This is highly, highly pigmented. It's one of the shimmering formulas by NARS, which is like a butter, like sort of a cream in a powder. Just stunning. This is more on the reddish side, and when I saw it in person in February, I fell in love with it. I know I will finish this blush eventually. That's how much I think it's the most wonderful blush that I got this year. And then I would do a few suggestions that you can check out. Also check out Peach from Laura Mercier, Strawberry from Laura Mercier, and Fresco from Laura Mercier. I love those Laura Mercier blushes. For highlighters, I don't want to mention any of the ones that I recently got. I think those I'm going to talk about them next year, not this year. This one is Devotion by Laura Mercier. I love this. This is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. And these are highlighters that can be subtle and that can be blinding. This is a pinky one, and the reason why I'm mentioning it is because it's so different to anything that I own. So you can see it right here. It's buttery and it's blinding. It's not an everyday highlighter for me, but it's so different from anything else that I got that I couldn't be more obsessed with it. Then this surprised me so much. This is one of the pieces in PR that I've gotten that are the most beautiful, and that even though it's not an everyday type of product for me, it's a mind-blowing product for me. It's gonna be a treasure, something that sparks joy in my collection, and if you can get it, I think this is limited edition, go get it because it will not disappoint you. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Kaleidochrome All Over Highlighting Palette, and this I got on PR like I said, and this is just perfection. And it looks as if they were gonna be just something that you wouldn't ever use, but oh my goodness, they are wearable in their own type of way. You can see them right there. They're super blinding, and even though you can see them opaque there, when you put them on your cheeks and you blend them, they only leave the duochrome behind. You can see it right there. Oh my god, that's so pretty. And they feel a little bit chunky, but then when you blend them into the brush and then you apply them, they melt like butter into your face. So I would highly suggest this palette if you can get it. I know they have it in Look Fantastic, but if you want different type of highlighters than the ones you always use, you want something extra and different in your collection, this is by far the best highlight or the most exciting highlighting product that I got this entire year. I'm in love with it. For eye products, I have here the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Eden. I have nothing else to tell you, but this corrects everything. It's the best eyeshadow primer by Urban Decay that I've used, and it's so far my favorite eyeshadow primer. Being a person that do not love eyeshadow primer, this just blends into the skin super easy, and it will put a blank canvas for your eyeshadow. I've been adoring my Anastasia Deep Brow Pomade in dark brown just to put back my birthmarks on my face. And I use it with a tiny brush, and finding a way to use this has been everything for me. I've used it a ton. You can see that it looks used and abused because I don't use it on my brows, but I use it on my face, and it will not budge after using it for that purpose. Then I have here Perversion by Urban Decay as a liner. My favorite is the Rimmel Scandalized because of the price tag, but this was a gift by a subscriber, and this is the blackest black eyeliner that I've had. I love it so much. I would highly recommend it. For my brows, this surprised me a ton because when I ran out of my Benefit Precisely My Brow, I had this one and I was feeling sorry for myself. This is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil and I'm in love with it. I really like it. I enjoy using it. It's a thicker consistency and it's a thicker wand, but it works for an easy, quick brow, and I've been appreciating it so much that I think that I would like to always have the Precisely My Brow on this one for the tail and the other one just to create hair strokes, but I would highly recommend this one. For eyeshadows, I have these two eyeshadows by Laura Mercier, and I have the entire collection and I would recommend the entire collection. You just have to find the shades that you love the most. But Cocoa is definitely a favorite. You can see that's all I have left. And since I've been focusing on project panning, that's why I didn't finish it. But you can see how beautiful that is. It's supposed to be a sheeny product, but I find it to look matte on the eyes. But they blend beautiful, easily, and they stay put. And then my other one, I have a little bit more than Cocoa, but I've gone through a ton. It's my favorite inner corner highlight, and this is Metallic Taupe. And you can see it right there next to Cocoa. It's just perfection. It's my favorite one is this one. My most practical caviar stick is Cocoa. And then for eyeshadow palettes, my favorite were my Natasha Denona shadows. Creating my Franken palette, I have a series on that, but I destroyed the palette and put everything back where they belong. I don't have a single Natasha Denona shadow that I would say that this year was my favorite. Maybe the Viva palette, but the truth is my entire collection of Natasha Denona shadows were my favorite. I will leave them linked below, and I will leave a video of a Panda palette below. But then from the ones that I just purchased, the Naughty palette caught my eye. Also the Too Faced one, but this one I had to mention because I've been so into mauvey tones for my eyes. I'm obsessed with it. I'm wearing it today as a light wash of color mixing two shades, but I love the different textures that this comes with, and I love how beautiful this will be for bridal. Maybe next month on January you will see as a favorite the Too Faced one. Or why not show it to you right now? Even though these are new, since I got them, I haven't been able to put them down. These will be one that I know will compete with my Soft Glam for first dips in my makeup artistry kit. I'm just in love, and I've been trying it on myself so much, and I've been so in love with it. I have here two mascaras that I've been loving. One I'm wearing today, which is the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara. This one, when I started using it, I wasn't that in love with it, but as soon as it dried out a little bit, oh my goodness, so good. This is the one that I'm wearing, like I said, today, and I'm obsessed with it. But if I had to choose one mascara right now that blew my mind for this year, is the Lash Freak by Urban Decay. This is so volumizing. I love that the wand is weird, but the result is incredible. I would highly recommend this mascara. It's just a definite favorite of the year. And then last but not least, for lip products, I have one that's an empty and is Stripped Down by MAC, which is the lip liner. I love that, but I finished it completely. Then also the Dior Lip Maximizer. I adore that product. I had it in the pink shade, also finished it completely. But then I have here this Kevyn Aucoin Unforgettable Lipstick in the shade Delmadora. This one has been just a favorite in every way. I love the shade.